Welcome back to the daily discussion. All right, so I was having a conversation with a friend at work today, and it was interesting because he talked about how in December he really kind of tanked on his diet. Basically, he really went backwards on the way he was his diet, nutrition, and was eating really poorly. And he was telling me this kind of unprovoked. We were talking about something else, and he was talking to me about how in December he was eating real bad, and he didn't even realize how bad he was feeling until in January he started getting back on track and he was working out again and doing all this stuff and eating better. And he said, man, I realized at that point how much better I felt and how much better I feel now and how bad I felt then. It's like, it makes a huge difference. And I was like, yeah, I know, I get it, man. And so we had then started to strategize a little bit, talk about how if you want to do that, but sometimes what happens is you get off track because families or friends or whoever you're hanging out with takes food as a social event. But if that's no longer your lifestyle that you want to live, you have to address that and actually talk about that with those friends and family. And it only becomes awkward if they make it that themselves, because awkward's more of an internal feeling rather than an actual situation. So for me, I told him I just addressed it with the people that I care about, that and said, hey, you can do what you're going to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to eat. I'm going to go get my own stuff. I'm not going to put you out. I just ask you to let me cook it alongside you. And I've not had a problem ever since I started just talking about it. So I'm just going to give him a way to strategize that to feel better and more comfortable in using that lifestyle even with friends and family. And he really enjoyed the conversation. I love the conversation. I really like having talking about this stuff, obviously, anyway. But it was actually really incredible to hear somebody else just come out and just outright tell me how much eating poorly or actually getting back on track to where he wants to, how much he could tell the difference it cost him in terms of just waking up in the middle of the night for no reason, not getting good enough sleep, just kind of feeling crummy all the time. So it's just really interesting. I just thought I'd share that because it really does matter, and a lot of people don't think it because they just haven't got to the point where they've felt better long enough to understand where the difference is. So give it a try sometime, and if you really want to dial it in and kind of talk about it, reach out. Let's have a conversation.